Hello everybody and welcome back to the Forever World, where today we are going to be making a bunch of new buildings that house some of the multiple automatic farms that we're going to need for peak efficiency. Now I do apologize for today's video being slightly different than what I usually do, because Replay Mod is not yet updated for the new version of Minecraft, and I don't think Flashback is either. So at the current moment, I can't make any time lapses, so I'll just walk you through some of the main steps of what I'm doing today. Now, the first thing I want to do is to clear a space for where this first build is going to go, which is going to house all our sheep farms, which is going to go right here. So we're going to tear this building down and then lay out some of the foundations. Alrighty. And with that, it is all torn down. So then it's gonna be kind of the same shape roughly as the starter house, just it's not gonna be a pointed roof, it's gonna be more of a rounded off roof, and it's going to have 4 sides of opening instead of this, which has 2 sides of opening on the roof and then a flatter side. This one is going to be 4 sides of kind of domes, and then some little sections on the outsides where you can open chests and collect the wool from the sheep that are being automatically sheared. Okay, I have just found out that Replay Mod, like I said, has not been updated for the new version. However, Flashback Mod has been updated, so I am going to attempt to learn how to use Flashback Mod, because I know that's kind of the new standard now. It used to be Replay Mod, and now it's kind of shifted over. So I'm going to try to learn that and see if I can put together a couple nice time lapses for you of collecting all the resources we are going to need for today's builds. So without further ado, let's get collecting resources. Alrighty guys, so everything is now collected. So let's get to work on this first build that'll house all of our sheep farms. Alright guys, so we have completed the build. The exterior, that is. The inside is still empty because we are going to fill it with sheep farms. And I've got all these lines set up. So let's get started adding some of these observers. Okay, that's that way. I'm not the biggest redstone guy, so usually tutorials help me. But I've done, come on, observer. I've done this one a couple times. I have it on Vanilla Empire Plus. So that I believe is correct. Now we go in with the dispensers here, here, here. Boom, boom. Wrong way. Wrong way again. Come on. There we go. And there we go. And then I believe we go down 3 blocks like that on all sides. We just fill that up so that nothing can get out. Do this all 3 sides like I just said. Boop. And finally, bop, bop, bop. Okay, and then we go in with our hoppers. I forgot chests, but that's okay. Actually, it's not okay. We'll need that. Never mind. Give me 1 moment. Okay, now that we're back, put the chest here. A hopper going into it. Then above the hopper. Wait. Yes, above the hopper, we put not an observer. Oh my gosh. Okay. We put a minecart with a hopper on top of it, and then cover this part back up with a grass block. And then we'll just repeat that on all sides, and we should be good to go to put some sheep in here. Oh, and I almost forgot. You've got to remember to put redstone dust right here behind the dispenser and on top of the observer. Because then if it's not there, then they won't connect. Okay, buddy, come on now. Let's get you in a hole. So I'll save some time, and I'll grab you, and then I'll grab a friend, breed them up, and then put each one of you in a thing instead of grabbing 6 sheep and bringing you back, because I don't see 6 sheep anywhere. Well, there's a second one. That's a start. Come here. Come on. Thank you. Okay, now that I have 2 of you, I'm going to dye you both white so that we have a clean slate to work with, and then you guys are going to start breeding more and more, and once we have 6, we will put them in these farms, and then this whole operation is gonna get going. Alrighty, I do believe that it is fully functional. All the sheep are in place. As you can see, they're all doing their thing. The only thing I'm concerned about, there's 2 things, which one being that both machines on either side are powered by the same redstone dust. But I don't think it should be a problem. And the second thing is the grass being able to spread to each respective section. And I think it should be able to. I'll AFK this a bit just to make sure. See, this one's working. It's just this one I haven't seen work at all. But that could also be just from misplaced components. It could be a lot of reasons. I'll AFK a little bit, and I will see which ones are working and which ones are not, and attempt to fix it based off the issues that I can tell after I'm done doing that. So, yeah, I'll be back with you after I've done that. Alrighty, guys. So, I was AFK for a couple hours or so, but I don't actually know just how long my game was running, because when I came back, my screen was black, yet I was still in the game. So I'm not sure how long it was actually in the game for, but everything seems to be working. This one's got 26. It's very spread out. I don't know what's up with this one. Everything seems to be in the proper spot. I just assume that the other ones are kind of stealing its grass, and it's just a luck portion of things. But as I was saying, yeah, all the other sides are working great. They're pumping out wool. Really, it doesn't need to be that efficient. It's just a source of emeralds that can be made while I am doing other stuff, working on other builds, or AFKing at other farms. Which, speaking of other farms, the next thing we're going to be doing today is making an iron farm. I desperately need an iron farm. I've been having to kill the iron golems that are spawning for my villagers for iron. That's how broke I am. The only problem is we can't have it close to villagers, so we're gonna need to make a villager trading hall somewhere a little bit. Either the iron farm is on the outskirts of town, or the villager trading hall is on the outskirts of town. Which, really, I don't want to have a big hall because it kind of takes away from the whole village portion of things. I want to have each villager type in a designated space where it would make sense for there to be that type of civilian. For example, like a farmer would have a farming stand. Maybe like a town center over here, we have a bunch of different little farming stands with people selling stuff. That's maybe where a farmer would go. However, like a librarian, we would put in a library behind the desk or in a little chamber. But anyways, yeah, you catch my drift. I'm gonna try to find a spot where I can put the iron farm or the library, and I'll get back to you. Okay, so I've gone ahead, I've cleared out all of the buildings, and I think, because I've had a problem before where if I just start building buildings without any paths in between, they kind of end up too far spread out. So what I think I'm going to do is lay paths out, and then based on where the paths are and where I want them to be is where I'm going to plan on building these next buildings. If that makes sense, I think it should. Alrighty, so I've dug out a little section where I want the town square to be, and I think it's smarter to start from the center and work our way out, making kind of branches of the path, instead of having it come in and be kind of a jumbled mess in the middle. That's my thought process. But I'm gonna fill it in now. I hope you enjoy this time lapse, and yeah, let's get to it. Alright guys, so I have planned out and designed a build that is going to go here. It's going to be a library, and it will house the majority of our librarians that are currently down here in their little caves. And then once this is built, we'll probably add some stalls to this center section, and then we'll call it for today, most likely. Alright guys, let's build this thing. Let's go! Now, as you'll see here, I accidentally forgot to unpause my flashback after I paused it, so it's, yeah, it's pretty rough. Sorry. Okay, everyone, so the library is now done. At least the exterior. I still have this rendered in. Give me one moment while I unrender this. Enable schematic rendering, false. Okay, that didn't do anything. Give me one moment. Okay, so, this is the library. I think it looks really, really good. There's still a lot of room for details, like we gotta put some flowers in here. So a lot of different things we can do with it. Only thing that is completely blank is the interior, because there is nothing in here. I plan on having kind of bookshelves up here, maybe some ladders, and then obviously the stalls for the villagers themselves will be in here. And then this is just kind of a little walkway to add like decoration or whatnot. Again, I'm gonna clear out this whole floor. I'm gonna lay out some of the ideas that I have. Because usually, I'll go in design, build, and creative, right? So that I can put them into a schematic and load them in with Litematica so I can copy it exactly. It just gets... I don't do that with interiors, however, because it gets really annoying trying to build the outside with the inside saying, oh, you gotta put stuff here, you gotta put stuff here. So I kind of wing the interiors. So exactly what I'm going to do for this, I'm going to wing it. Probably going to cap off this roof a little bit, especially these parts. Smooth it out a little bit, and I'll catch you while I'm doing that. Okay, the flooring's done. I just did random splotches of kind of why is it laggy? Holy cow. Of just random splotches of spruce and oak. And, I think it looks good. Yeah. It looks like an old kind of library. Next thing I want to do, probably round off the roof a little bit, clean up this, and then start adding some of the actual bookshelf decorations, and then planning out where the villager stalls are going to be. Okay, so I've got a good start. I've got some bookshelves in here, over here, and then some over here, which also functions as a staircase up to the second floor, which actually, I haven't smoothed this out yet, so I'm going to just do that now. That looks fine. Okay. And then all we really need to do is obviously decorate this top layer and then start transporting some villagers in here. Where this is, I'm probably going to swap out these bookshelves for some chiseled ones eventually that I can put my own books in, filled with the lore of this world as it keeps getting bigger and bigger. But for now, this is the only thing we have so far. We don't have any other, holy cow, why is it so laggy today? I don't know. This is the only, like, sort of civilization we have yet, and we're still yet to populate it, because the villagers are down here in a hole. But yeah, once we start getting more and more cities and civilizations, then we can start filling this out with some of the lore. Okay, so I was originally trying to fit them inside the actual library itself, but there was just too many, and I could not fit them. So I dug a basement, and the basement is going to lead to a giant hall, which is going to have all the trades, the library and trades at least, that we will need, because there's just too many of them, and it's too inconvenient to have them so spread out, that I am going to put them here. Most likely more of them in other locations as we get bigger and bigger builds that we're going to make, especially villager trading halls that we're going to have in each little area. But for the most part, it's just too much to fit into one. So we are going to put them down here in a little hole. Yeah, pretty much. But it's going to be a long hallway. We're going to decorate it, make it look really awesome. And yeah, let's get to it. For the floor, I'm thinking something pretty simple. like just spruce planks and an oak log going down the whole hall, and then we'll curve some of the sharp edges so it's not just around 90 degrees. Maybe put some stairs, some fences, just different stuff to kind of break up the texture. Alrighty guys, it is now mostly complete. I've got to do a little bit of touch-ups, finish some of the parts of the roof. But this episode has dragged on so long. It's taken me almost 20 days to make this now. So I am going to wrap it up here. I thank you so much all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope to see you in the next one. And yeah, guys, see you in the next one. Bye-bye.